Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the Guys Who Stare at Stats. Cade Kennedy alongside Andrew Santangelo. And, folks, the Eastern Conference Finals is here. Boston taking on Miami. And, folks, as always, before we get going into it, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. It's not too often, Andrew, we see an 8 seed make their way to the conference finals. It's happened a whole, I think, one time before this, maybe. If I remember correctly, seeing the stat right, that it was a Western Conference final with Seattle and the Lakers. That might have been a 7 seed. I might be completely off and have that wrong, but very unlikely either way. But Miami does have one secret strategy here. Jimmy Butler. You just got to have him ball out. That's really all you need to do there. It's been a wonderful game plan for them. They're able to beat Milwaukee. They go through the Knicks. But Boston's still an 8-point favorite here in Game 1.
Yeah, I think this series is very intriguing because of the difference in the teams. You obviously have the Heat have really stepped up, upset the 1 seed. They find a way to knock off the Knicks after a down regular season. But I think we'd all agree that the talent, if you looked at that roster on paper, there's a lot more talent than 8 seed. They just really, for whatever reason, didn't click throughout the season. Eric Spoelstra is probably obviously a phenomenal coach. And he's been there before. He knows how to win the big games, and they have the advantage there. I really believe that in the coaching in this one. Can Jimmy Butler do it? Absolutely. I think it's going to come down to will the next pieces be able to get the job done and help him get where they need to be. And what it comes down to here, in my opinion, is these two teams are going to go at it. I mean, Butler and Tatum, they're going to go after it. Brown's going to go after it as well. I think coaching is going to play a big part in this. And I don't know. The Heat just have it rolling right now. I mean, it's tough to pick against either one. I've been saying it. I thought the winner of the Sixers Celtics series would go to the finals. So I can't back away from that. I would not be surprised if the Heat find a way to win this one because, again, I mean, Jimmy Butler, he's able to get the job done. He's proven it before. Getting to the championship there in that bubble year, and maybe it's destiny for the rematch in the bubble, so we all get a full season here. We all know what it was possible, so maybe I'm fighting destiny here, but who knows? Who do I want to win? I will say I want the Heat to win, but I do think the Celtics will take this one in 6 as well, just like the Western Conference in 6. I'm going to take the Celtics in 6 here. I just think the duo of Tatum and Brown in the end will be too much for the Heat. I don't think that second piece can be as good as a Brown or Tatum. And I will say this, I've said it before. I think Brown and Tatum are 1A, 1B. Like, they're that good. Like, I know a lot of people probably would pick Tatum, but I think I'd lean Brown, to be honest. So when you got two very good players like that, I'd say both of them are probably a little better than Butler. Not much, but a little better than Butler. Butler can make up for one of them, but I don't think he's going to be able to make up for both. I am interested to see the matchup there with Bam Adebayo down low. Obviously, Al Horford. Al Horford just plays a different game, and then obviously you got the Grant and Robert Williams there, so I'm interested to see how they match up here in this one. Grant didn't really play much in the back ladder of that Sixers series, so we'll see how they adjust to this one as well. So I'm interested to see some of the matchups here, but I just think that second piece for the Celtics is going to be enough, and I don't trust the Heat's second piece there to match a Tatum or Brown. So I'm gonna take Celtics in 6.
Yeah, it's one of those that you look at Boston. Obviously, Jason Tatum coming off a 51-point game, broke Steph Curry's record that lasted a whole 2 weeks for best game in a most points in a game 7, I should say. But Boston's one of those, they might be the most complete team remaining. You have Jason Tatum, you have Jaylen Brown, and I agree with your point, Andrew. A 1A, 1B, to me, Tatum is the higher, he's that boomer bust guy that he might drop 15 one night, but he might have 50 the other night. Brown kind of more the consistent, he's
Exactly.
getting 20, 25, maybe even 30. And then I really am intrigued to see what Boston wants to do. You have Robert Williams, you have Al Horford. How do you want to slide that around? Because you're going up against Bam Adebayo. You have Kevin Love in there as well. Do you want to try to match up, even smaller center on smaller center? There's really not much of a height differential there, but like you said, Al Horford with his defensive presence, we've seen it all postseason from him, and Robert Williams as well. It's just fascinating to see. And then you have Marcus Smart over there. I'm sure he'll be guarding Butler. But who does Butler have to guard? Do you try to throw him on Tatum? Do you throw him on Brown? He obviously can't guard both at the same time. You got to pick your poison there. So it really is going to be intriguing to see. It's a matchup that, obviously, if we didn't have LeBron versus Jokic in the other series, I would say this is the more intriguing one, but still fascinating nonetheless. And we said it on the Western Conference Finals video. We have to say it again here. It's a bubble rematch from 3 years ago. It's hard to believe that we all thought that was kind of just a weird one-off thing, but nope, it's back. We have the full crowds this time. Hopefully COVID stays clear again. Doesn't cause any chaos there, but should be an absolute fun time. And to go with predictions here, I think Boston takes game one. They're at home. They're in the Garden. Momentum riding high with them. I would not be surprised to see Miami continue to battle this out and maybe steal game two, get game three at home. This goes back and forth, but I'm going to agree with you. I think the Celtics take it eventually in 6 and sets up what I'm sure the NBA loves. If they can get a Lakers-Celtics final, they'd be thrilled to death about that. But we will have to see. Folks, as always, thank you for watching. We sincerely appreciate it. You know, all we ask is that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. It doesn't seem like a lot, but to us, it does mean a lot. And folks, until next time, have a good one, everybody.